I'm really happy that I can speak of this lightly because Derek Chauvin has been found guilty on all counts. Now, whether we agree or not, that's the process. He's been convicted by a jury of his peers. I'm a real firm believer in due process, and it's due process matters the most for things that really shake you, things like rape, things like really heinous murders, and things like that. And it's when you're in shock that, to me, it's most important to keep due process in mind, which is why, Chauvin's conviction is a couple hours fresh. And I'm still getting used to calling George Floyd's death a murder. I was very hesitant to call it that because due process. But hey, conviction, Chauvin's a murderer, and I'm really happy. I don't know when they announced that they were going to do this, but when I was preparing for my stream today, I had no idea that this was going to happen. I knew that the closing arguments were taking place yesterday, and usually, jury deliberations take a long time. So I kind of just assumed that it would take longer, that it wouldn't be ready by today. Frank, didn't you bet on him not being found guilty a few months ago? I absolutely did, and I stand by that betting strategy. I hadn't been following this very closely because, as much as man, that footage of Floyd's murder was shocking to everyone. I mean, anyone but the most lost, vile racist who was instantly thinking, "Well, what did he do?" Anyone but those people, when the first time they saw that video, man, how could you not be shocked, right? The betting strategy is to bet on cops getting acquitted. Cops kill people on video all the time and get away with it. I will remind you of this guy. This guy got acquitted, and not only that, he got his pension. His the police department kind of bent the rules to give him his pension, and the footage. Oh shit! I don't want to see this. So yeah, the footage was so disturbing. That cop got acquitted is one example of many of cops killing people on video and getting away with it. I If you haven't seen the footage of this shooting, I do not recommend it. I saw it once. I don't regret having watched it, but I hope I never see that footage again. To the point where just having the animated frames kind of mildly triggered me a little. It is very disturbing, and that this cop, what's his name again, Philip Brailsford, you know, will enjoy the benefits of his pension is really fucked up. But due process, and that's the thing. Reasonable doubt is a massive obstacle to overcome. Like the the system is designed to let guilty people walk. And that's a feature, not a bug, because the alternative is guilty until proven innocent. Like, if you think black people have it hard now with like law enforcement, imagine if merely being accused of something put the burden on you to prove your innocence. Like, I can understand the emotionality for people to like kind of wish due process wasn't a thing, to kind of wish that reasonable doubt wasn't enough to make a guy walk. But you got to think of the alternatives, and yeah, that that guilty people tend to walk, or at least that it's easier for guilty people to walk than for innocent people to get convicted, is absolutely a feature, not a bug. And it must apply to even the most heinous things like a cop keeping you know, his knee on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes, even though I know he moved around his knee and shit like that. I get it. The good news is, Minneapolis won't burn. Uh, I was really nervous, like many people, waiting for that verdict because I think we all knew what would happen if he got acquitted, which is absolutely the winning strategy. It's the winning bet to bet on a cop getting off. But yeah, fortunately, Minneapolis will have a breather. And speaking of breathers, and I took a screenshot of this just in case they deleted the tweet. But just before getting ready, setting up this stream, I noticed this little gem on Twitter. The Los Angeles Raiders tweeted this earlier today. Yeah. The funny thing is, I unironically approve of the guts or the risk that the social media manager took to tweet this. I think the mistake is leaving it up for so long because they're getting ratioed hard. Let me go, and it's actually their pinned tweet right now. And right now they, oh shit, really? I was apparently people have come to the defense of the Raiders, but when I saw this earlier, it had something like 10,000 likes to 16,000 comments. This is much closer than I anticipated. However, I anticipate that these, whoops, I anticipate that these quote tweets are mostly negative. Let's take a look at a couple. What the actual fuck is wrong with you? Your PR social media needs to get fired. What? So yeah, I think the ratio is playing out this way. There are two things that I want um, to underline. Let me just find it here. It's difficult to keep in mind, um, but having been there, I have. Oh man, this tweet is spectacular. I need a new job with tomorrow's date. Epic. That is not what I wanted to talk about, though. There it is. Okay, I knew it. Communications department approved this. PR department approved this. Digital team approved this. Legal to probably unreal. Now, the thing that Zed or Z here might not be aware of is that whatever the actual process was to get this tweet up is probably true, but this process, whatever it is in reality, in order to delete the tweet, that whole process has to happen all over again, which means that the someone needs to notice that it's a problem, and then the whole process must begin anew. Either that or someone courageously disobeys and just takes the tweet down. But in an organization like this, I doubt it's going to happen. And I felt the need to share this. I don't want to go into details, but as I said myself, I've managed the Twitter account for a much smaller company. In my time running that Twitter account, or at least managing it, it was insane to me. Like, compared to my colleagues, I'm a Twitter god, okay? I understand Twitter better than anyone else in that team as far as Twitter was concerned. And I remember seeing an opportunity because Twitter for a brand is all about seizing opportunities and capitalizing on them. And I remember seizing an opportunity, bringing it up to my superiors, and then seeing the process of, you know, three people getting together to write the tweet, and all these steps uh, between me noticing an opportunity and the account capitalizing on it. It was insane. And again, it's not a large company. It's a very small company. Like, especially if you consider the team. So I'm not surprised that for a team like the LA Raiders, 2 hours is that's not a lot of time in corporate process approval speak, and I'm sure anyone who's worked for even a moderately large company can understand that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna be paying a close eye to this. I'm really happy that the verdict for Chauvin is such that we can like enjoy this kind of brevity. I unironically support whoever thought that it was worth a shot to take a risk like that on part of the Raiders. But Jesus Christ, when you take a shot like that, when everyone is so emotionally like up there, you got to be on the ball to fucking take that tweet down when it starts backfiring. That was the mistake. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please leave your comments below. I'm very curious to see what you think. We do these streams every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you soon.